Welcome back, YouTubers. This is a review of the 390th Figma Joan of Arc altar from Fate Grand Order, part of the Fate Stay Night series. Now, this version of her is the pretty much same as her previous version, which I will show you in just a moment. As you can see, apart from some of the pieces like this that are long and have fabric ends, many of the parts are the same. The face plate is, except for this little curl of hair, the gauntlets, the legs, the chest section up to here. All of them are identical to this one except a different color. The only real difference is in just the flourishes and the paint job. Also, she has a short set of hair instead of the long ponytail braid that this one has. Otherwise, they're pretty much the same, though this version of Joan of Arc comes with one extra set of hands as compared to the other one. Basically, it's just one additional open hand. Otherwise, flag piece, the sword hilt, identical. The only difference in their pieces is, in fact, the flag design, as you can see. This one is this one, while this one is this one. Otherwise, they're the same piece, same folds and everything. Even this stanchion is the same. Although it comes together as a single piece in the package, this piece also pops out like this to make it easier to put in their hands. The sword also, like Joan of Arc's, same design in fact, just has this red engraving instead of the clean blade. Pops apart, slides back in. Otherwise, they pretty much look the same, though this one has solid metal, this one looks more like chains. But it's probably just a modification of the original mold, or of the base that they made it from. The box, as you can see, however, is quite different. It's the smaller box we first saw with Skahak, which I do appreciate. It's a nice addition. But pretty much what you can say about Joan of Arc Avenger class is the same as Joan of Arc Ruler class. They're pretty much the same, other than just a color swap and paint scheme, and a few minor ones. All in all, I think it's a good idea to get it, especially if you couldn't get Joan of Arc Ruler, but there's not too much difference, so you can give it a miss if you absolutely have to. The big difference would be their faces. The original Joan of Arc, the Ruler, comes with her doing this face, and this face, with, of course, this one as well. However, hers have yellow eyes, so you get this one, this one, and of course, this one. All in all, it's a pretty good set, and it's easy to tell them apart. Plus, the parts are pretty much interchangeable with each other. If you look at the backs, they've got the same groove designs in them. So I'm pretty sure that all you have to do is simply pop this one out. And you can pop in one of the alternate faces. So there's not much other than their skin pigment being slightly different. Altar is more pale, which is kind of a thing with the Altar series of characters. Another thing is, as I looked over these things, and some people commented, I pointed out that she has the qualities of a Saber class servant, but she has been given the extra class of Ruler. Now, what I want to explain with that is, rulers are not one of the 7 classes of servant. They are basically an extension, an extra beat. Same is true of Avengers. They are not one of the 7 classes. The best way to describe it is thinking of them as dual classes. The ruler class is basically its own separate abilities. Any servant can become a ruler. There's actually one of Sherlock Holmes, and he seems to follow the archetypes of the casters, even having territory creation as one of his abilities. The alters, as near as I can tell, are some kind of hybrid between saber-class servants and berserkers. The mad rage and destructive power, but they retain enough of their reason and skills. That's the best thing I can give as an explanation of what Avengers are. It's not really clear because, well, it hasn't been gone into really. But it's an interesting thing to have. Plus, I do really like the evil version of this one. Now, in the Fate Grand Order game, she was created by Gaius, or Gaius, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, it's French. He calls himself Bluebeard in Fate Zero. He is the caster of that series. And he creates her basically as his version of Jeanne, mad with anger at the betrayal she suffered. I can see that. But she is not the actual Joan of Arc. That is one thing I should mention. Though it's hard to say exactly what she is in the storyline. It's kind of tricky and I don't have the character to find out. Though ironically, as this video is being made, it's getting towards the end of another short period where she is available for a possible role if you want to blow enough cash to do that. I'm not a big fan of that. But just to say, this is an excellent figure, and I think if you're a big fan of Fate Stay Night, this is definitely one you might want to pick up. Overall, I'd say it's an A+. Either way, please like, subscribe, comment below, and share this video. Follow me on Twitter if you want to talk, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao!